Hi everyone, and welcome to another segment of AstrologyAnswers.com's weekly horoscope. My name is Terence Guardino, and I'll be your host once again. After weeks and months of major and intense planetary activity, this week is going to be relatively calm because there's no important planetary triggers until next Sunday. Monday begins the last quarter phase of the moon as the moon enters Gemini in hard angle to Virgo. At the last quarter, we're closer to the coming new moon than we are to the previous new moon of 3 weeks ago, where we launched new directions. Whatever we were trying to build from the last new moon, we either have already accomplished it or gained some information that we had to change the course somewhat. But the future isn't here yet. That is marked by the next new moon phase. Thus, this is being a transitional week, but there is something more to do. There is often this work is about letting go of unsupportive people or habits or whatever that had been holding you back. The last quarter is a time for bringing your life back on track to what you know is true for you. The general rule is that you begin major new directions, you make new choices just after the new moon. But on the just prior to the next new moon, which is this last quarter phase, this is the time to stop and rethink the previous choices to get ready to be prepared for the next lunar cycle. Tuesday through Thursday, the moon is transiting through the emotional sign of Cancer. That can cause a bit of moodiness or sensitivity, but you may be more inclined to stay closer to home than to go out in public and hang out with a bunch of strangers. However, on Wednesday, the moon will be triggering rebellious Uranus and compulsive Pluto when you are struggling about what to let go of that is coming up during this last quarter new moon phase. Friday and Saturday, the moon transits outgoing Leo, but it's in the dark phase just prior to the new moon. And you may be drawn to wanting to go out because it's Friday and it's Friday and Saturday, and the moon is in Leo, which can be romantic and dynamic. But if you go out when it's in this really dark phase of the moon cycle, you'll even wonder, why did you even bother? Because you'll go out and it'll just not connect. You'll be bored and you just wished you had stayed home, maybe just had a few friends over, or even be by yourself for a change of pace. Sunday, the love planet Venus makes a favorable contact with traditional Saturn as you realize who your true friends are or the family members who truly support you. But later in the day, assertive Mars confronts evasive Neptune that can trigger some disagreements or disappointments. Therefore, it is advised to be cautious because whatever might be offered to you could sound too good to be true, because it probably is. Mars also represents your physical and sexual vitality. And when triggering Neptune, we may feel just tired or unmotivated to do much of anything. But being on a Sunday night could be the best time for unwinding, relaxing, and being alone to prepare for another work week and waiting for the next new moon phase triggering a new set of activity. Thanks for tuning in today. I hope to see you next week with my next segment. Until then, I hope you're well, and thanks for watching.